It's that time. It's Sunday night, and I'm a little late, but I did want to wear the winning baseball jersey. Granted, it's a couple years old. This is so old that Giancarlo Stanton played for the Nationals, because this is a Giancarlo Stanton National League All-Star jersey. I don't even remember when the All-Star game was in Miami, but this was the jersey. So since the National, oh, nice catch. Who is that? Whoever the center fielder for the Astros was just took a hit away from Shohei Ohtani. And what uniforms are the Angels wearing? What is that? I'm totally blanking. I've never seen that uniform before. Maybe Angels fans will let me know. It's some sort of special uniform. Is it an alternate? I don't know. The Astros got their, auxiliary orange. I do like that jersey. Obviously, you can see I do like orange. I'm a Gator with the orange as well. So, and again, I got to start by saying right down here, make sure you go to smackapparel.com. If you're looking for sports shirts, and it's not just, it's baseball and football and hockey and basketball and college. If you're looking for sports shirts for your favorite team, they got them at Smack Apparel. And they're really cool jerseys too. And if you see something that you like, be sure to put Captain Jack in your discount code, and you'll get 10% off. It's that easy. See something you like at smackapparel.com. Talk smack, get 10% off your order using code Captain Jack. And I see like I said, there, Clayton Herron is in here. He's a Bronco dude. You got Broncos shirts. Anna Diaz, of course, is a Dodgers and A's, I think A's, and definitely Raiders fan. Definitely they got the, the VJK. And I told this before, I do have a VJK, Stanley Cup, I almost said World Series, Stanley Cup champion Smack Apparel jersey. It's really nice. Jack Kenna's in here. Jack, they got Giant stuff. And if you like, it's like if you want the Giant stuff where they're talking crap about the Dodgers, they got that. That's one of the best things about Smack Apparel. They take the team that you like and the team that you hate, and they make shirts out of it. They make shirts out of it. So it's pro your team and talking smack about the other team. It's really cool. And I don't know whether you saw this or not. Maybe but I did clean up behind me a bit. I did clean up behind me a bit. And it was a bummer because I couldn't watch the Phillies game today. I went on DirecTV on the MLB, where you get all your Major League Baseball. They had no games. They had a few. But I had to watch on the computer, how they have that, pitch count thing where it shows the outfield of the stadium that it's at. And then it has the batter, if he's a lefty or righty, you'll see that. And they'll have a composite of the batter. Then it shows the pitches that are thrown, balls, strike, where it is in the strike zone. And if it's red, it's a strike. If it's green, it's a ball. If it's a blue, the ball's in play. Oh, that's foul. But it was a nice hard hit. I don't know, who is that? Oh, Maldonado. So Maldonado just parked one but fell. I think Ohtani's pitching. No, he's not. Okay, Weiss is pitching, so I guess Ohtani has been moved to DH. Whatever. I still don't, like I said, I don't know what those uniforms are. I've not seen those uniforms before for the Angels. But there you go. And I will say this: I'm feeling really, really good. And I don't know. She's probably not watching, but I was yesterday. I got back in communication with a very wonderful lady friend of mine who I haven't heard from in 2 years, and it was so nice, to have her reach out to me and start talking again. It did me such good. Made my heart just burst with happiness, because that's the way I am. That's the way I am. So hopefully, maybe she'll come in and watch. But I said, hey, anytime you want to see me, always go to my YouTube channel. But I wanted to. Her name is Shira. So if you see Shira on here, you know that she's a wonderful gal. Met her down in Louisiana 15 years ago this October. So like 14 and a half years ago. I'll tell you what weekend it was. It was Cable's first game as the head coach of the Raiders after the bye in New Orleans, and they just whooped our ass. So I think it was like 35-3. It was an ass whoop. That game was so bad, talking to the Saints fans, that the only people that we had that were good players was our kicking team, kind of like it's been for a while. We had the best kicker in Janikowski. We had the best punter in Shane Leckler. And those were our all-pros. It's like, we got 3 points. So, Janikowski did well. Good hold by Leckler, right? Punts were fantastic by Leckler. And that's it. They like I said, I might not have the score exactly correct, but it was October 15 years ago. So was that 18 or 13? 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. So 08. Yeah, 08. Wow. 2008. But hopefully we'll see Shira. She's such a wonderful gal. And I'm glad that I got a chance to be in communication with her again. That's a hit for somebody, Alex Bregman. And the jerseys, it's like I said, the color is close to what I'm wearing. But this is like the what do you call it? The National League. It's the Marlins orange. But again, wanted to wear a National League jersey because the National League won the All-Star game for the first time in 11 years, 12 years, something like that. So cool. But again, go to Smack Apparel, get your stuff, get your Smack shirts, use code Captain Jack on the way out, save yourself 10%. I think it's cool. Me doing a service to the people that watch the show. Be cool. Let's get to everybody here. John Leon is in here. Thanks again. Salute to you. Chris Lentz was talking about how great of a series it was. It was, winning 3 out of 4. And Rojas was our rookie that got called up from a Double-A. His first play in the major leagues, robs a double from I don't know who it was off the bat of, and then doubles up the guy who was on first base that had already rounded second. Rojas crashes into the fence in right center, catches the ball, notices that the guy was way off of first base, doubles him up on an outfield assist. His first play in Major League Baseball. Then he got, like, was it 3 hits yesterday? And then he had a sacrifice bunt today, which put the runner into scoring position. And I think it was it Schwarber hit him in with a single, or no, a fly out, sacrifice fly. Schwarber had home runs in the first game, and the second game yesterday, and today. Kyle Schwarber, I was just denigrating him with another Phillies fan at work. I'm like, man, he sucks this year. He's still hitting under 200, but at least this series, he's done well. So, positives to the Phillies and positives to Kyle Schwarber. Anna Diaz, my favorite Raider, evening captain, permission granted, Anna, always. Again, Clayton is in here from Facebook. Evening to you as well. Come on over. Come on over to YouTube, Clayton. You can watch them on both, but it's better pictures, better volume on YouTube. Jack Kenna, captain, to you. Hey, salute to you as well. Salute, Jack Kenna, salute back. How about your Brewers, man? Talk to me about your Brewers. They got Brewer stuff at Smack Apparel, buddy. Hit Smack Apparel. Jack, I know they got Giants denigrating Dodgers stuff. Trust me on that. And they got Dodgers denigrating Giants stuff. So, Eagles Uncensored, salute to you. Jack, what's good? What's good with you, shipmate? They got Eagles, they got like anti-Cowboys, anti-Giants, lots of good stuff, Smack Apparel. Raiders, they got Raiders VGK stuff. Go to Smack Apparel, Anna. What's up, Jay? Doc Brawl's in here. Hello to everybody. Yeah, nice. No, I haven't seen Vicky in a while. Jared. Did your Girolamo? Good to see. Jared, did you fix your phone yet? Please. Jared, I actually tried when I went through and did the comms update here on the channel. I tried to see if we could get sound, and I got people that were here. No, it does not work. The Google Voice input does not work. Hit the link. I want to hear from you, Jared. Hit the link, please. First in our division by 2 games. Cool, Clayton. All right. Roy with a big win at the Scottish Open today, and now on to the Jug and the Open in Liverpool next weekend. The Claret Jug? That's the British Open, right? The Scottish Open, now on to the Claret Jug and the Open in Liverpool. Yes, that's the British Open next week. Where's my hat? There we go. When we talk British Open, granted, it's not in St. Andrews, but it is a British Open hat. So we'll talk that. Fix your phone, Jarrett. Get it fixed. Go find some kid to have it done. And it's watching football. That's a nice grab by hell of a and he keeps him on. Very high, but a bullet from the third baseman. Who the hell was that? Who plays third for the Angels? Let's see. Number 8. I don't know. Oh, what a hell of a snag. Throw. First baseman stayed on. Out. I love seeing plays like that. Yeah, it is a cool. Rafael Chacin is on here. Good to see you. Hello, Captain Rafi. Capitan Rafi. Man, Dan, I haven't seen you in forever, brother. Hey, you think they're going to extend Josh Jacobs? Well, Van, from what I've seen, only that the reporting was that what Jacobs wants is this, and what the Raiders want to give is this. And, granted, these are, hand things from here, but they're a head apart, right? Not close. Not close at all. So he's going to miss some camp. I think they'll eventually find a way, but he's going to miss some camp. Yeah, I'm going out here this next weekend, though. I will see Miss Velvet in her outfit over at Raider Nation Explosion. So this upcoming weekend, yes. So, Captain, if you bought, I think you bought a Raider shirt that talks crap about who would be the other team. I don't know. They actually, the Raider shirts that they had like last night at the Coliseum. It was a Coliseum shirt, talking about the Coliseum. There's some Vegas shirts. I haven't, all the shirts that they have, that I liked, unfortunately, they didn't have my size anymore. Because I'm a 3. So, unfortunately, that's why I got the VJK shirt, because it was cool. So Hopkins goes to the Titans. Yeah, I saw that. Now where will Cook go next? Jets, Miami, Buffalo. Where does he end up? Wow. I think the Jets, because Miami already has, the speedsters, with Waddle and Hill. I don't think they need another speedster. I think he's going to go to the Jets to give him a threat, a 9 threat. Just my thought. Mitch, come aboard. Michael Guerrero, thank you, partner. Come on in. When in New Orleans, a po' boy, some jambalaya. Yeah, the jambalaya was great. Always good. Some good whiskey shrimp. I like the beignets. The beignets are beyond. The beignets are beyond. Good to see you there, Van, as well. Who else is going? Michael Guerrero, Andrew Cabral, sending out some shouts. In a couple weeks, will Ohtani be a Yankee, Dodger, Brave, Astro, Giant? Where does he go, and how much does he get paid? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whoever wants to pay him the money. And I think the Angels are going to get rid of him because they're going to want to get something for him. Seriously, because they know he's gone. They know they can't pay him. They'll trade him to whoever gives them the most. He'll go to whoever offers up the most they can give, because the Angels are going to want as much as they can. But it's a done deal. Cool Kev's in the house. Salute to you. Hey, salute there. Cool Kev. Salute. So it was Soto or Machado. Yeah, on that catch by Sosa. Or Rojas. I'm sorry, not Sosa. Rojas. Jimmy with no names put fear in the Dodgers. Yeah. Jimmy Farrell's in here. There we go. Hey, how you doing? Yankees stuck it up? Oh, okay. Bishop's in the house as well. I'll pray to the devout Bishop of Raider Nation. Jared says that he was going to fix his phone and will be ready by 2. You better. You better, brother. Pitcher unassisted. That's a big boy. I don't know who that is, but he's big. I can tell because he's got a gun on him. He's got a gun on him. Kunal? That kid's big. I should say kid, but he's got a gun on him. Kind of looks like David Wells. Big David Wells thick. British Open, that guy I played golf with today, he's going to play at St. Andrews. Cool. Captain, hear you Can't hear you. Oh, okay. You guys can't hear me? Check one, bass. Okay. If you guys can't hear me, let me know. I thought you can hear me. Mike Givens is in house, Philly. How's it going? I'm doing good, brother. Philly's doing well. His loss, not ours. Just saying if he holds out. I know. The hubby and I aren't going this year. Oh, the weather's going to be facata. Yeah, get the facata out of here. I got you. I gotta go. I gotta go because I feel, I've been to all three. This will be number 4. But I will say this, and Anna knows this as well. If the Raiders versus Knights softball game next year is the same weekend as Explosion, I'm going to the softball game. But their weather this weekend was facata as well. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cafe Du Monde. We're grilling out some burgers. Oh man, Clayton, send some to me, man. Burgers and dogs. I love, man. Awesome. Watching Jaws. Okay. That's why I don't go to Madera. The heat is a different kind of heat from Vegas. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. My body wouldn't be. Yeah, I know. But Anna, like I said, next year, if you can, get me a ticket when you get yours, and I will be out there. Hope the Yankees don't trade him. They can get him next season for nothing. Who? Jimmy Farrell. It's going to be well over 100. Yeah, for sure. 118 was bad enough for me today. Tomorrow over 120. Oh, my God. Just make sure you stay hydrated. I'm going to try. Okay, Bishop says I'm loud here. Okay. Jay Nash. Hey, brother. Good to see you as well. Good on you. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you there, shipmate. Thanks for come over to you can watch on Facebook, but come over to YouTube for better sound and better pick. Better sound, better pictures. I want a shirt that shows my boy Will Clark punching Ozzy. No, come on, man. And it's Jose Oquendo. They don't have that. It's just regular SmackDown. Go to the site, Jack. Go to the site. I would do dinner on Friday or something. Okay. Are you close? I'm flying in on Friday. Are you close? Give me a call. When are you coming out to visit Ed? Jack, I don't know. It depends. I might, like I said, it might be Sunday, next Sunday, or a week from today. It might be a week from today. Maybe. I guess that's a homer because he's going around the bases. Yep. But if I come out, it might be next Sunday. I might be in LA next Sunday. A lot has to deal with if I have to do a business meeting. So we'll see. But I guess I didn't wear this for you, but I know what you're saying, and it's a nice. Like I said, you like that? You like the nice the Raider emblem on there? Just saying. Yeah, Jay, for sure. 2 hours. Give me a call. Velvet. And then I said, because I'm coming in on Friday. I got to actually I got to get my itinerary. And then I'll know, and then I will. Is that Moniak? Moniak was a Philly for a while. So Houston on 2 home runs, they're down 3-2. They're coming back. What part of the world do you live in? Yeah, where yeah, give me a call, Velvet. I said Friday. I'll see when I'm flying in. I'll try to give you a text too, or text me. And when I know my itinerary, I'm coming in Friday, and maybe we can do dinner Friday or Saturday. We'll do it. Hey, Jay's in the house. Good to you. Yeah, he's in upstate. Okay. So there we go. I am watching. Is it another home run? Did he blast it? Oh my God, they just blasted another one. So Houston's blasted 3 home runs. It's now tied 3-3. Who was that? I don't know who that was. Let's see. Come on, turn around. Myers. So on the strength of a home run last inning and then 2 home runs this inning, the Astros have tied it 3-3. Wow. Anyway, and what? There's only 1 out? So the Angels are doing their best giveaway. Oh, which airport? Fresno. I'm going in. Velvet. I'm flying into Fresno. I'm supposed to fly out Sunday night out of Sacramento. Okay. And that's if I go to Sacramento on Sunday night. If I go to Sacramento on Sunday night, then Ed and I are supposed to do dinner on Sunday night, unless we're doing something Saturday night in LA, and then we'll do it. Like I said, I'll let you know. I'm either going to be in LA on Sunday, or I'm going to be in Sacramento on Sunday night. I'll let you know. As far as what in fact, this show will be broadcast next Sunday night. This show will be rebroadcast next Sunday night, because I will be either on the road, or I might try to do a show, maybe. But most likely I will do how I do one of those shows when, like, the Raiders, I'm going from the Raider game to my hotel room and you see my face and we're talking about stuff. See, I can do that for like a football game, but there's really not enough for me to talk about. I can talk about Raider Nation Explosion for sure. That I can talk about. So we'll see. But that's what's going on. I might do a show. Yeah, we'll see. Captain, let me know on Facebook Messenger so we hook up first beers on me. Okay, that probably be first and only, because remember, I don't drink a lot. Well, we do have to have one for Mundungus because he's pissed off I'm wearing an Army beret. It's a Raider beret now. But if it's Sacramento, but yes. I will. Anna's gonna get me tickets to next year's game. Madera is like one. Oh, I saw. I almost. I'll read your message in a second. Let me see. I got to turn Facebook on. Hang on, Becky. I saw it come in. I I saw it come in, but I wasn't able because I don't have it on. So let me turn my Facebook on. So let's see here. All right. Okay, here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Come on, why is this taking so long? He'd have been brutal. Madera is 1 hour and 45 minutes away, which is north of Madera. Remember, I live in Stockton. Oh, that's right. Yeah. When I know where I'm going, I'll let you know, or when and where, Becky. I'm reading your message now. So yeah, okay, I got you. I read it, but I get it. Trust me. I feel I kind of feel obligated to go out there because it's for Mob Boss and for M&M Productions. I feel they don't make me feel bad. Let me explain this. I don't want to get back to Mob or Tone. They don't pressure me. They didn't say anything to me. Nothing. But I feel obligated in a good way that I need to go. And I've gone every year. This will be year 4. I've gone every year, right? But yeah, it's so hot. It's so hot. And I don't want to I don't want to just die. And I'm not being real facetious on that. I gotta stay as cool as possible. But wow. But next year, if the Raiders softball game is the same weekend, I'm going to go to that because this will be the second year I missed it that I was supposed to go, and I'm not going to miss it 3 years because I'm going to go. I'm going to be Anna, I, and Juan. We're going to the Raiders softball game. Maybe Jay will come out. Jay, because Jay was saying, is it yearly? Yeah, maybe Jay will come out. Maybe Jay will be my date. Just saying. Not trying to, not trying to. No pressure on Jay, but I tell you, I'd definitely love to have a hottie like Jay on my arm as well. But I'm going to drink as much as possible. Water. I gotta bring like the crystal lights with me. I gotta bring the crystal lights with me, or the other things that's kind of like crystal light because I'm kind of going to try to cut down on me drinking aspartame because I know that aspartame is not good for you, right? Jack, I'm not spending a day out in Sacramento. I wanted to, and originally I was going to spend 1 or 2 days out there, but because of things that I will not go over here on this broadcast, I can't afford to take time off. I can't afford to take any time away vacation-wise. In fact, I might have to change that. Remember that one stretch in December where we have the Vikings, and then the next Thursday is the Chargers, and I was going to stay out in Vegas for a week, right? I was going to stay out in Vegas for a week, but I'm probably going to have to change those plans because of time off. So I might have to change plans, which will upset me, but that's just the way it is. To be determined. I'm going to keep the reservations I have. I might have to change them later. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So yeah, we remember this weekend is the softball game. Thank you, Anna, for hooking me up with anything that says like a pin or anything that says the softball game. Next year, I will be out there providing that I for the softball game that I have advance notice, and I'm living and breathing. But yeah, again, I go out to Raider Nation Explosion because of my deep, deep, deep respect for Mob Boss, mostly Mob Boss, and then Raider Tom, because it's one of their things. It's one of their things. But next year, if the charity event for the softball game is the same weekend, I'll go to Vegas. So there you go. So right now, is it still a tie game? Is it still 3-3? Yeah, 3-3, bottom 7. So on 3 swings, the Astros have tied it up. What are you watching on TV right now? Because again, I my Phillies won today, and I had to do the computer thing to see that. But oh, here it is. Hitting value: 64 million 2021, 76 million 2022, and 50 million 2023. I'm just looking at the stats from Fangraphs. Okay. And that's, yeah. So, wow. Yeah, Doc, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. We got to talk, Doc. We got to talk. Nothing major. Just still, I have that lingering kind of like that hole in my existence, that that lingering, nagging, not very happy about stuff. Well, that's a hit. Is that a Tani? No. That was a nice hit, though. I don't know who that is. Guareb's on here. Good, Guareb. Cool, man. I love that. I love that picture, by the way. I do. I love that picture. Guareb, what the hell is that, by the way? Cartoon-wise. I'd be interested. Anyway, if you want to come into the show, it's July. It's the doldrums of the sports field. Not a lot going on. You go paste. What do I have to do to help? Jay. Well, Jay, you kind of know what's going on too. It's nothing really we can do. I will feel better when I feel better. You know what I'm saying? There's really nothing anybody can do. There's really nothing anybody can do. Just one of those things. Oh, it's your doodle. Oh, that's awesome. You draw. That's cool. Hey, Guareb was saying that that's a doodle. Would it be too much to have a cartoon of me? Because I do have the one that's where, let me see if I need to point at it. See, there it is. See the one right here? That's a cartoon. That's a cartoon to me. That's a cartoon to me. That's cool. But maybe if Gua did one, Captain, since the off season has been slow, I have a topic for the nation. Sure. Oh my God, Juan ended up in the ER. Is he okay? I hope he's okay, Anna. I know Doc wants to make sure. Jack has and thank you there, Jay. I know you're always there. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. I do. Love Jay. Jack Kenna is going to give us a topic, and then Anna says, "Yeah, Juan was in the ER. I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. Same thing as last year's stress. Okay, try not to stress. I know it's easy to say. It's easy to say, hard to do. Easy to say, hard to do. But there you go. Anyway, I put the link up. And Guareb's gonna. If Guareb has a doodle of me, I'd love to see it too. Let me put the link up. There's the link. It's in the chat. It's in the thing. The Tani's up. One on. Oh no, he's not up. There's what? 2 outs. Yeah, Tani's up next. He's getting ready. Let's see if the other guy. The ball. So Jack Kenna's going to come in. He's going to give us a topic. That's cool. Jack Kenna's going to help us out because it's slow. It's July slow in sports. So let me see. Go down here. He's okay. It's just stress. Anna, please inbox me so that I can pray. Yeah, she will too. Thrash is on here too. Hey, Thrash. Good to see you. Thrash, come on in if you can. We're gonna start off with Jack Kenna. He has to call a cardiologist. Yeah, I know. I said, hey, from the heart, dude. Okay. Try not to stress. Oh, so did I miss a run? Yeah, I missed a run. Yeah. This guy hit a double. So the Angels are up 4-3 now with the Tani up. 2 outs, runner on second. So we'll see what's going on with him. Angels are at the mound. Atani looks like, does he look younger today? I mean, he just looks younger today. Moniak's on deck. Like I said, I know Moniak from the Phillies organization. Thrash, come on in. We're going to be joined by our buddy Jack. I'm going to get him on here before his phone dies.
You're probably good. You're good about that. You know what's going on. I'm at 18%.
Yeah. Okay. So again, I am not kicking Jack out, but I'm going to give at least 5, maybe 10 minutes if his phone will survive. Okay.
Yeah, it may or may not survive. Hey, salute Cap and salute Nation. I love my brothers and sisters.
There you go.
I tried to bring this on Holly's channel last night, and then some guy named John, jumped in and started talking about other stuff. He didn't like the McNuts either, so he got after me on that. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But here, I'm like, we all are fans of our favorite players and our favorite coaches and everything else. So we all have opinions, and that's what makes the Raider world, spin around. It's great. It's fun.
Yeah.
And if we all agreed, then there's no reason to do any of this. So here's the thing I was trying to propose last night, to give Holly, a boost. So I'm going to do it tonight with you. So, we all know what's going on with John Gruden versus the NFL. And it sounds like he's got a good case. So the question is, or a poll, or whatever you want to do with it, it's like, what if McDaniels, I said it correctly, McDaniels does poorly and John Gruden wins his case and beats the NFL, which would be so proud by Al Davis. And we know Mark Davis loves him because he signed him to a 10-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
Would Mark Davis then think about bringing him back?
That's a good question. I think the answer is no. But this is what I see is that I mean, again, he brought him back because he said that he owed it to him, because it was something that was owed to John Gruden. But I still think that John's time is past. John's time is past. And the Raiders didn't really – it took Bisaccia's TLC, for lack of better terms. It took Bisaccia's TLC to get the Raiders to work together and get them to the playoffs. And and the one thing that I will say, and that's why I said, well, why didn't we bring him back? I said, because he didn't offer. Rich Bisaccia is uncle or Uncle Rich or Grandpa Rich. You love him, but he doesn't offer anything. And he was the right man at the right time, doing what was needed to get the Raiders to the playoffs that year. But the Raiders were actually, trending down when Gruden was there. Remember, they lost like 2 games.
Their record was better every year under Gruden. So
but
every
they
year improved.
Yeah, but they were trending down. The Raiders had lost 2 straight games before Gruden got sacked, if you remember right.
Well, I'm sure I believe you. I'm not going to reflect on that. I believe that it's true, but at the same time, I look at watching you and Richie. And it's Bisaccia. It was a leader of men. And that is the one thing, when people, talk to me about McDaniels, I'm like, is he really a leader of men? I think he's a great offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. Absolutely stunning. But, he does things as a head coach, which I see a repeat. And ask me this next time we're on the Wild West show. Is it kind of a repeat? He doesn't let, his players have any input. You're running
Jack, you are really get closer to wherever your source is, because you're blow, like underwater. So get closer to where your modem site is, okay?
Okay, am I closer now?
Yeah, try that.
I'm on my cell phone, so as always.
Right.
So I see McDaniels doing the same thing what he did with Denver. First you're in, you get rid of your quarterback, you get a new quarterback, and then you start going from there. Do I feel like, we upgraded on our quarterback, but McDaniels letting Carr go? No, I don't feel that. But I also feel like, McDaniels doesn't listen to his players. So when they had that interview, or what was it? It's they had a poll for the players. And they rated him. He's number 30 out of 32 head coaches. Has he really improved? He said, I learned a lot from my first experience being in Denver. Has he really? I mean, I'm not seeing that with him. I absolutely am not. So, but I thought it would be an interesting poll, a question, something to talk about. If McDaniels doesn't do well this year, John Gruden wins his case, would the Raiders want, because again, 10-year contract, it wasn't a short-term contract, it was something long-term.
Yeah.
Would they want him back?
No, I'll answer that. Although I don't have any sway with Mark Davis and the organization, but I will say this, okay? It was a 10-year contract. He didn't want to fire him, but he was kind of forced to fire him because of all of the BS that was coming down, right? If he wins his case, that's fantastic. By the emails and him being screwed over by those in the league offices and all the things along those lines, he's gonna win his case. But by the same token, he's still his name leaves a bad taste amongst people for his views, right? And I'm actually surprised that he got that kind of like that, I don't want to say internship, but he got that special assignment advisor with the Saints, only because he it was helping out Carr. And it's because, to be honest, it's because Carr wasn't getting the offense from, whoever their OC was. It was confusing to him. So I think honestly, I don't think Gruden would want to come back. He had a second chance. They were trending up, but then, like I said, Mike says, well, they were 3-0, but yeah, then they lost their last two games. They were 3-2 when Gruden got resigned / fired. Okay, and I don't think that it's old news, and I don't think that they would do anything with it.
The only reason why I brought it up because it's like what's trending with John Gruden is that he seems to be like winning his court case because there's nothing left to talk about. What are we going to talk about right now? I mean, we talked about every free agent. We talked about every draft player we drafted. I mean, what else is there to talk about? Like, make it fun. Like, just another topic of conversation. So,
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a topic, but I don't think it's even something that it would be, even bantied about. Again, Gruden, especially if he wins his case, why do you think that, because again, he says he doesn't want the money, but if he wins his case, he's going to get paid money. It's not going to be a settlement thing.
Oh yeah, he'll get his money. That's for sure.
He's going to win his
case. Paid his full contract for like with the Raiders.
He's going to win his case and get money, right? He doesn't need to settle. And so he gets his money. He can sit on his ass and do whatever with Cindy, and not have to worry about crap. Oh, is that gone?
If he wins his case, I know for sure Al Davis in his grave will be giving this right here.
Yeah.
He'd be like salute. Mark did that when he got to Vegas. Like we didn't get our arena in Los Angeles. No, they kicked us out. We got Las Vegas. So Mark did something against the NFL. We got our stadium, which someday I hope to visit it. I just can't afford to visit that stadium. Mm-hmm. And if John Gruden wins, Al Davis will salute him too. So it'd be great to after all these years, the Raiders versus the NFL or Al versus the NFL. Thank you.
Yeah. And it was because of Al Davis telling John Gruden not to trust anything about the NFL that he knew, and he had that in his mind, that when this stuff came down, he knew that there was an NFL BS coming at him. Coming at him. Like I said, I don't think that Gruden would want to come back. I think that his way is just saying F you to the NFL, and I'm right, you're wrong, screw you. And I
would be fun. Put a poll up and just ask. It's like I'm just kind of curious, what the nation thinks. Maybe it is time is gone and past. But if McDaniels doesn't do well, then I know he's behind him. But if Gruden's available, which we all know he loves Gruden, that'd be kind of fun to see. Put a poll up. That'd be fun. It's just for fun, because there's nothing really to talk about.
Yeah, well, but honestly, that's just something to talk about until there's something to talk about. Tomorrow, we're gonna have something to talk about.
What's that?
Because either Jacobs is going to sign, which he won't.
No, he won't.
He won't, and he's going to miss camp, and he's not going to be upset about it. And but I do think that he will. Remember when Emmitt Smith held out for the Cowboys years ago? He missed the first two games, and then Jerry gave him a contract that because he wanted a redo. It wasn't even
that was a big contract at the time. Yeah. What's it, $18 million back in those days, which is huge. I could be totally wrong, but
yeah,
I remember the biggest contract ever for a running back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but it's good. It's good conversation for this show, but really, it's anticlimactic. It's old news.
Well, yeah, it's like Raider07 said something in the chat about Mixon doing $5 million a year. Is that facts? It's like I'm going for $5 million.
Yeah, he restructured. I think it was Mixon restructured with like $5 million less. So, what was a Raider Matt 07? What was his contract? Okay, and yeah, Gabe's not in here. I'm sure maybe he'll come in later. But yeah, Gabe talking about the Barkley. Gabe is like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Well, we're all in the same boat. It's a hard time for running backs, and I can see why, the running backs are holding out. But I can also see why the teams are not signing them. So,
yeah,
I would love to be behind the scenes and see what the offers, were made to Josh Jacobs. Because honestly, I was thinking 3 years, $36 million, $24 million guaranteed.
That's what I said.
Mindset.
Yeah.
But
actually, I said 336.25, which is 12 and a half, right? And then the last year, yeah. So and the last year, only 2 years guaranteed, only 2 guaranteed. Third is not guaranteed. And if he does well, then you pick him up for that 3rd year. But I don't want to invest that much in a running back. And I love Josh Jacobs. I do. I mean, I don't know if you can't see it. Wait, I'll have to show. Maybe I can move the camera. Okay. I don't know if you can see this. Okay. Do you see the football? Do you see the football?
I see the doll.
No, you see the football.
Oh, on the far right.
Where? Yeah, the football.
Yep.
In the case, that's a Josh Jacobs football. That's a Josh Jacobs autograph football. Okay, so I do like Josh Jacobs. I respect him. I like everything.
Well, here's the thing for me, Cap. When we signed, the wide receiver Mayers, and we re-signed Renfro, and these guys are making more money than Josh Jacobs, which Josh is more valuable than either one of those guys. It's just facts. So it's like, why are we re-signing wide receivers, slot or outside? Because Mayer's wide receiver is kind of a tweener from outside to inside. Is he more valuable? Either one of those guys more valuable than Josh Jacobs? I would say no. So
actually, I disagree. In McDaniels' system, the wide receivers are way more valuable than the running backs in the system.
Okay, then I have another question. So we have Devontae Adams as our number 1. Okay, he's out there as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And Mayers plays from New England. He goes between the slot and the outside. So he's our number 2. Then we have Renfro, which is purely a slot receiver. I just honestly, for me, I don't see the value of either one of those guys being above what Josh Jacobs brings to this team. And then you eliminate, let's say, I will take him over either one of those guys. But let's say he's gone, and then we're going to our backup, and then we talk about Zeus. I like Zeus. He's super fast. He runs to the outside, but he doesn't have the vision like Josh Jacobs run up the middle or the power run up the middle, but he's a fast guy. So spending all that money on the outside in our slot. I mean, what's your opinion? I'm curious now. It's like, for me, it's like I would take JJ over either one of those guys because he is so much more of a value in what he's done and what he has to work with. And we talked about the offensive line all year long and not even being that great. but he made the offensive line look way better than what the offensive line is because what he did. So I'll leave it to you. What's your opinion, brother?
Okay, I'm kind of looking at what Port Adelaide, aka Ozzy, said, and I agree with him. It's he's either going to sign or he's going to be signed and traded, because again, you keep forgetting, and people say, well, what, I'm smoking something. I can honestly say I've not smoked anything at all ever in my life. Okay, very few cigarettes and maybe three. I know you smoke. Yeah, you smoke more on accident than I've ever smoked on purpose. Okay, so and I'm talking about wacky stuff. Okay, but the thing is, is that you are forgetting about Sincere McCormick, because Sincere McCormick, who was injured last year, would have had more of an impact on the team as a between the tackles to run to the outside, because I think Zeus is purely between the tackles.
No,
and
he's outside. He runs outside, not inside.
Well, no, actually, but he doesn't have that vision. So a lot of times it's just what he's between the tackles, kind of like what he did at Georgia. Okay, he doesn't have that vision. And Sincere McCormick has the speed to the outside. So I think that because Zeus kind of gets caught up in the wash, because he doesn't see the hole and cut, right? So yeah, actually you're right as far as but we need somebody that's going to be able to do the inner runs, and that's why I think that Sincere McCormick is going to be more of a value this year that he wasn't last year. So you got Zeus, you got Sincere McCormick, you got Britton Brown, the other rookie from last year. And I just think that that running back by committee is gonna lead to Josh being, an afterthought. Okay. And this is bad. And I was going to say the fourth $39 million pay cut, so he'll make roughly $5.5 million in base salary. He can make another $2 million in incentives, and that's on his contract. So why pay $12 million to somebody if you got a better running back?
We don't.
In Joe Mixon.
I mean, if we signed Mixon, that would be a great replacement for JJ. So I agree with Ed,
because he's on the bench.
I gotta let you go, Cap, because you know what? I'm gonna get cut off here in half a second. I'm at 4%. So thank you for bringing me on. And yes, Zeus is a good running back at running outside because he's got like the 4.1 to 4.3 speed. That's why they used him all last year of running outside, not inside, because he doesn't have the vision yet. Hopefully he learns it. Please learn it, because if we're gonna let JJ go, we're going to depend on him more than anyone else. And I just want to salute you. And I'll talk to you on Messenger. Like when you come out, just hit me up. And so let's go out, meet you and Ed, and we'll have some drinks and have dinner. Good night.
And that's what Ed Winchell says hello. If I get up there, like I said, Ed's going to tell me what's going on next weekend, because we got to figure out if I'm in Sacramento, if I'm in LA. It's kind of up to Ed and some other things. But if I get up there, if we get up to Sacramento, we'll go out and do dinner.
Well, because, you have to go from Sacramento Airport through Sacramento to get to where Ed is in Roseville, Rockland. We're only 20 minutes away. So
yeah, but I might be in LA. That's what I'm saying.
If you're in LA,
yeah,
then I hope you boys have a good time.
Yeah. But we'll let you know. We'll let you know.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Jack. Thanks for coming in, brother. And I didn't boot him. So there may be some underlying condition that JJ's asked what we don't know about exactly. Thank you. Voice of reason from Jay. Maters is a tight end. Myers. Oh, I think he's talking about Jacoby Myers. Yeah, because there's Jacoby Myers and then Mayer. So it's Jacoby Myers, the guy that they signed from the Patriots, Ed. How many games did Jacobs win us last season? At least half, but could have been more if they used him the first. Yeah, I agree. Matt. Matt's Raiders 07. I agree. But, I honestly think that in the McDaniels system, the running back by committee thing is more of what they're looking for. Look at the Patriots, all the times that they were fantastic getting to the Super Bowl. They didn't have a dynamic running back. Corey Dillon was their best running back, and they got him from the Bengals. And he said, basically, Corey, you need to chill the F out, and don't be a pain in the ass. And he wasn't, and that's why they won with him. Ed says if Jacobs doesn't play, we're screwed. I don't think so. I don't know. Renfrow makes an insane play every game when healthy. But I really think that Renfrow. I think they're waiting on somebody to need a receiver due to injury. I really think that Renfro's not going to. I just don't think that Renfro's not going to be here. We will be one-dimensional without Jacobs, to be determined. Let's see. Raiders 07 and Mixon is better than JJ. I agree. Mixon is a better running back. Yeah. Ozzy, are you agreeing with me that Mixon's better? Or are you saying that Jacobs is better? I think Mixon's a better running back. That's me. I'm not sure. Renfrow is very important. He will see it. Mexico won. Good. Anna Diaz says Mexico. Raiders are so ridiculous not signing JJ to a long-term deal. Well, we'll see. Jay will never have a season like that again. He only played well because of the contract. He never played like he did. And Thrash, I get, yeah. And he had the best career year he needed at the time he needed it. I agree. Yeah. And, if he doesn't sign, he's out for the year. And I don't think he wants to do the, what is it? The Le'Veon Bell. I don't think he wants to do the Le'Veon Bell. Offense with no true backup running back, wide receiver, starting slot wide receiver, starting tight end. Yeah. But he played so well because that's all we had. And then Mac sponsored or said Code comes back. There's no one in running back who can make cuts and after contact runs like Jacob. I think Zamir White can. He just needs to get his vision better. Like I said, if you haven't seen Sincere McCormick's highlights, I think that you're gonna not forget JJ, but give Sincere McCormick a chance. Zeus is good to come in when JJ needs a break. I don't care what people say. A backfield is necessary to mix it up. And I get it, but that's why you have the running back by committee, Ed. Running back by committee. In a running back, you only need 3 backs. Here we go. See, this is what I was talking about. In a running back by committee, you only need 3 backs to average 600 yards and 4 touchdowns in 17 games to duplicate JJ's production. Yeah. It's kind of like Moneyball. And I know you guys have seen the movie. It's like you need to replace Giambi, right? You need to replace Giambi and the other guy, right? So who do you got? You need this amount of runs, this amount of touchdowns, this amount of yards per scrimmage, right? And the salary commensurate with it, right? Or commensurate with it. So it's Moneyball. JJ never scored a touchdown as a receiver. That's true. Didn't even throw it to Jacobs for a touchdown. How is that his fault? I'm just saying. And I say you guys are no way Mixon is better, Mike. I disagree. I disagree. I like, and again, I'm not a JJ hater. Like I said, I got a JJ football right there. I got JJ's autographed jersey, and he signed something for it. I think he signed a mini helmet. Okay, good. Yeah. So Ozzy says Mixon is better. Mike Sarah says no way. Okay, so that's dynamic opinions there. Okay. And then what's Thrash say? Thrash says this is the first year I've seen Jacobs break free for a big touchdown. That is true. Everybody was, and even Peggy Holmes was saying, when are you going to bust out? And he did bust out against the Seahawks. I was there. And it was, of course, it was a contract year. It was a contract year. And he played his ass off. Andrew Walter, no. No, Andrew Walter was the quarterback. Britton Brown, Zeus, Sincere McCormick, Abdullah. Okay. You need 3 backs to run 600 yards. Okay, Mike, I think you can do it. Honestly, I think you can do it. RBC. And one of these days, Michael, and again, Mike can come in. He used to come in. He used to hear the weights shifting when Mike came in. But for those that are watching the game, it's the bottom of the 8th. The Angels are up 7-5, 2 outs. And runners on second. Was it Velasquez is on second? 2 outs. And they're out of an inning. So it's the top of the 9th. You got, was it Jake Myers, Kessinger, and Martin Maldonado up for the Astros. We'll see what happens. It doesn't have to be exactly 600 each. One can have 900, one can have. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You just need the averages. It does do the averages. One at 900, 450, other at 450, and each hard, not hard to do a 393 total time. I agree. RBC, and again, I like Jacobs. I like Jacobs. If you want to come into the show, if you have a different opinion, come in. Jack made the if you want to talk about do the Raiders. If John Gruden wins the case, do the Raiders come back to Gruden? I think not. I'm sorry. I think not. We got about 45 minutes to talk about if anybody comes in. If anybody comes in. Okay. Mundungus came in. Let's see what Mundungus says. Okay. Hey, Mundungus, you can come in as well. I was a little surprised Raiders weren't in more on DeAndre Hopkins. No. We do we need 2 prima donnas? We already got one with Devontae Adams, and you want us to have Hopkins in here too? No. Mundungus, no. We got, pardon me, and I kid. Devontae Adams is a very team-oriented player, but we don't need Hopkins. We don't need Hopkins, and I am going to go see Oppenheimer. I want to. Is that out now? Oh, yeah. Please, Thrash, eat a quick snack. You got about 40 minutes, Thrash. Hopefully, we'll see you. Yeah. Jacobs before last year could be Gruden's fault. I remember Gruden running him a lot. like McDaniels did, but Steve McDaniels was better at scheming runs. It also wasn't a contract year. I'm going to go see Oppenheimer. Would like to see us pick up a true linebacker like McQueen or Simmons. I like that too. We'll see. And good, and Ozzy will come in too. Good. Please, guys. Because again, I'd like to remember we only got about 40 minutes left. Maybe we'll have Thrash come in. Maybe we'll have Mundungus come in. Maybe we'll have Ozzy come in. Okay. But no, we didn't need Hopkins. Oh, blessings to you, Jay. I love Jay. Prayers for Juan. Thank you. And Jay, I know you got my number. Thank you, honey. I got the same kind of, emptiness I spoke to you about before. I got the same emptiness I spoke to you about before, but it'll get better. It'll get better once the season is here and once I'm involved, once I'm involved. And but yeah, it'll hopefully get better. Out next week. Okay. What's Mundungus say? Mundungus says we good time. I still think it would have been a good. No, I mean, no, Mundungus. Honestly, I mean, and his money, his salary. We definitely would have had to have traded to fit him in. We would have had to gotten rid of Renfroe, which I think we're going to get rid of anyway, right? No. I don't know what his contract is, but I know it was we don't need to have that money added to it. No, I did. That's no. But no, can you give a call or email to take the stadium tour in Vegas? Yeah. There is on the website, Jimmy Farrell, there's like the stadium tour. You sign up for it and you send your money in, what the cost is, and they'll tell you like when you can go and do your stadium tour. But it's on the website. You do it all yourself. And that's what you do. That's what you do. So yeah, check the website. Check the website. August 3 Hall of Fame game getting closer. Wow. August 3rd. Was that 2 weeks? How much is the cost? I think it was $60. I think it was $60 or so. Maybe $75 a ticket. That's what I remember. Maybe it was $60 to $75 a ticket, if I remember right. Mundungus says 2 years, 24. Okay, 226. Not bad. But still, like I said, that's Renfroe's contract, $13 million. So in order for us to do that, we got to get rid of somebody, and that's like Renfroe's contract. He's at $13 million. And top of the first, runners on first and second. Astros are down 7-5. Nobody out. First and second. Oh, Kessinger. I wonder if he's related to Don Kessinger. Maybe he's a nephew. How much in advance to sign up? Like I said, $60 to $75. Check the website. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll have Thrash come in. Hopefully, because again, I hate. You guys don't. You can look at me and I will talk. I'll give you play-by-play. But hopefully we got Thrash coming in. Hopefully we got Ozzy coming in. Maybe Mundungus. Maybe we'll have some people come in. Hang on. I'm gonna scratch my head. And Mundungus hates the beret. I like the beret though. I like the beret. Any free agent to want the Raiders to get free agents? Peters, or trade for McQueen. Peters or trade for McQueen, and and definitely somebody that I needed to come in, and I will say, Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy!
Oi, 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 how you going, mate?
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said it right. Sorry, I just came in from work.
Yeah, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, not too bad. Except my beanie. My dog stuffed up my beanie when I was trying to put him outside for a minute.
Third world problems, man. Third world problems. You're in Australia and you got a beanie problem because your dog screwed it up. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know, man. Not really a problem. But how you been, Cap?
I'm good. I'm good. Like I said, I'm getting next weekend. I will be at Raider Nation Explosion 4. I won't be at the Raiders charity softball game, but I already told Anna. I said next year, if they're both on the same weekend, I will go to the charity softball event because I've gone to Raider Nation Explosion every year. And it's a wonderful event, but I do want to do something different, and it's another charity thing, so I like that as well.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's always good to do stuff for charity.
Yeah, and it's fun. But what and it's Monday, right?
Yeah, for me it's Monday morning, almost
Monday,
afternoon, almost noon. It's about 5 minutes till noon.
Monday, da 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 da. Your mamas and papas for you, Yeah, that's extra.
Yeah.
I mean, just for you, brother. Just for you. What do you got going on this? What's your biggest concern? Like you said, are you concerned about Jacobs? I'm not.
No, I'm not, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to pop on, because that seems to be what you were talking about. I think people don't realize that, in a running back by committee, it's not hard to replace one back's production, especially Jacobs. Now, if you were talking about like Derrick Henry or something like that, that'd be a different story.
Right.
Because those guys can get like 17, 18 touchdowns in a year. Jacobs' only highest touchdowns is 12. So if you have 3 backs, they only need to average 4 touchdowns a year each in 17 games. That's not hard. And then also, if you average his actual rushing yards was only 1,600. So even if you say go in the middle between the scrimmage yards and the rushing yards and say 1,800, it's not really that difficult if you're a good coach and you can scheme a good rushing attack, like I think Josh McDaniels can, because he's proven it at New England, is that you can easily get 1,800 yards between 3 backs in 17 games.
Yeah.
Especially if they're touching the ball between them about 400 times.
And they will likely stay healthier.
Yeah, exactly. They're younger, healthier, and also going to be cheaper. Because that's the other thing to look at, is you can probably pay 3 backs the same price as JJ, like on the tag. Like, with the rookie contracts and whatnot. And worst case scenario, if we do need like a veteran running back in there, you got Dalvin Cook and Leonard Fournette on the free agent market. So
yeah,
I'll take either 2 of those backs as like the lead running back to help the young guys out if that became a necessity.
Yeah, I think Cook's going to wind up in Miami though.
Yeah, probably. But in any case, I don't think we really need it. I think people like Zamir White only had 17 touches the whole year last year. Andrew Walters, who looked really good in preseason, had 0 touches. Sincere McCormick didn't have any touches. Britton Brown looked good in preseason. He had no touches in the regular season. So I think we're good. I think if you need a power back, you probably go power back with Britton Brown or Andrew Walters and Zamir White, whichever. And then I think for me, Sincere can also play that role a little bit, but he's also a bit more of a, if I'm not mistaken, he's a bit of an outside guy too, like running outside the tackle.
Right. He's your outside threat.
Yeah. Because but I can see some Zamir or Andrew Walter or Britton Brown taking that lead power back role quite easily.
Now, is it Andrew Walters? Because that's our old quarterback.
Yeah, I think I know it's Sonic Walters, the running back from last year. I think it's Andrew Walter.
Yeah,
well. I think he's got the same name for some reason.
I don't know if it's. Let me look.
I know it's something Walter.
I could be wrong. I mean, keep going. I'll look. Yeah, I know it's Walter, but I don't think it's Andrew. Walter running back. Raiders.
He should be on the depth. Yeah, if you go to Raiders depth chart, he's on there.
Yeah, Austin Walter.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
my bad. My bad.
Yeah, he played well. He played well in the was it the Hall of Fame game?
Yeah,
Because I remember him in the Hall of Fame game. Yeah, he played well.
Yeah, he's still on the on the roster. He's still been learning the playbook in the practice squad and whatnot last year. So, and the other thing that I haven't mentioned yet that people need to take into account, we ended up having a very top-rated run block offensive line last year. Pretty much top 10 in run blocking.
Right.
So, and I think if you have a top 10 offensive line in run blocking, who's only going to get better this year, it's going to be kind of one of those lines where just about any running back's going to be able to run behind it, so to speak. And they did that. They did the same thing at New England. Got big offensive linemen that could run block, and then they brought in what's his name, Ramon Stevenson or whatever. Him and the other guy.
Stevenson. Yeah.
Yeah, him and I think it's Damian Harris or something was the other guy. I think. For New England, I can't think of his name. Damian Harris or something, is it?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I know that they had like Sony Michel, and then they got rid of him. I can't remember.
Anyway, the point was, and shout out to Dustin from the Death Star report too, because he brought this up as well. Is that between those two backs, they had the exact same touches that JJ had by himself last year with us. So the touches were pretty much identical in New England the year before in 2021. Between the two backs, touches were pretty much identical. The yardage was pretty much identical. And then but the touchdowns, however, were about 10 apiece.
Mm-hmm.
So in New England's system, for the same amount of touches that JJ had, they had pretty much the same amount of yardage between two backs with 10 more touchdowns. The same amount of touches of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like to have Josh signed, but I don't want him. I mean, honestly, it's like 12 and a half.
I wouldn't even give him that, to be honest, because that's what Henry makes.
That's at most. That's at most. That's at most.
That'd be the max. But for me, I like to see that pretty much a little above the tag, maybe 11, about 11 million, 11.5. Because to me, he's not quite as good as Henry, but he is top 10.
Right.
JJ's to me, he's about somewhere between 5 to 7 when you really look at every running back in the league. He's somewhere between that 5 to 7 kind of a mark. I see him more between 6 to 7, but you could argue the point for maybe fifth best running back. But to me, he's about 6 or 7 out of all the running backs in the NFL right now. So that's still top 10. That's still worth paying someone like that about 11 and a half. Just a little bit, sorry, just about $1 million less than Henry, pretty much.
Yeah, and again, he's and I think Mixon is a better back.
I agree. And if you look at Mixon's, if you look at Josh's 4 years, and then you go back like the last 4 years for Mixon, like so from 2019 to last year, Mixon outweighs him in production with less touches of the ball. And he also, Jacobs has never gotten like that 16 or 15 to 20 touchdown season, whereas Mixon has just in 2021 actually had 16 touchdowns. So, and that's the same with all the other elite backs like Kamara, McCaffrey, Henry, Dalvin Cook, and Mixon. They've all had those big seasons where they've had at least 1 or 2 seasons of like 15 plus touchdowns. JJ's never done that. Not once. The most he's ever had is 12. And that's another funny thing. And again, shout out to Dustin from the Death Star report because he pointed this out. JJ had the exact same amount of touchdowns for 1,150 yards under Gruden. So if going into next year, I think that's what his production will roughly be. It'll be around 1,200 yards, and he might have like 10 to 12 touchdowns next year. And I think Ziegler realizes this too with all the weapons that we've added on offense, and that's why he doesn't want to overpay him.
Yeah, and the other thing is that you're not. You can almost guarantee you that he's not going to have the same. He's going to regress.
Exactly.
He's going to regress.
He's going to have to regress.
Yeah, and the other thing is that even if he holds out, it's more likely he's going to get injured. And I hate saying it, but the people that hold out, their bodies don't get used to it as much, right? And then you gotta hope that you get him for a good amount of time and he doesn't get injured. Okay.
The other
If you
problem
want,
with that is,
yeah,
sorry,
go ahead there. Yeah, no, go ahead, Ozzy.
I was going to say, just like any manual job, when you take time off, if you're not keeping up with like your physical workouts and whatever, and then you go back out there again, you're more likely to get an injury because you're not keeping your body in shape.
Mm-hmm.
So if he does sit out, he does run that risk of not like doing his, he doesn't do the same training as all the guys that are actually there at the building. He's not going to also get the same level of support that you would get in the building from the medical staff and the nutritionist and all that stuff that they have at that brand new Raiders facility. So you're not going to get all that benefit as well. So you're putting yourself more at risk of injury as well by sitting out.
Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'd like to have him, but not at the pennies that he wants.
No, I don't
not
think
at the
so.
pennies he wants.
If he's asking for McCaffrey type money, then the answer is definitely going to be no. It's not going to happen. And like I said, he's not even as good as Derrick Henry, even though him and Henry are very similar style backs in the way that they play. Because even though they might play a similar kind of style power back, Henry is much better at it.
Yeah.
And he's proven that over his career. So, I mean, yes, Jacobs had the rushing title this year in probably what is on the decline of Henry's year. Like this was a decline year for Henry because he's getting up there in age.
Right.
But Henry's had back-to-back rushing titles. And if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't until he went back-to-back with the rushing titles that they actually extended him on a $50 million 4-year deal, which is about 12.5 a year average.
Mm-hmm.
And even that wasn't fully guaranteed. So it was mostly guaranteed, but it wasn't fully guaranteed. And he went back-to-back rushing titles. And not only that, his highest yardage is a lot higher. And he went back-to-back one year, I think it was 18 touchdowns. The following year was 17. So that was back-to-back. So I love JJ. He's my favorite player on offense. But at the end of the day, you have to look at the production. You have to be realistic about what his production is worth and how it can be duplicated and all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
like
and I said,
put yourself in the mind of Ziegler on that one.
It's Moneyball. It's Moneyball. Yeah. It's exactly that. Yeah,
that movie where they brought in what's his name to take over the team as manager, and then they came up with this mathematical equation stuff to figure out how they could replace a certain batting average.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's the same
because he gets on base. You know, when I point at you, when you just say and because he gets on base, and that's it, because he can average four touchdowns a year, 600 yards. You know, because he gets on base. You know, that's what it is. You know, if you get 3 guys that average what he did, then you got the production for not the money. Exactly. And you save yourself a bunch of money. And again, I like Josh Jacobs. I do. But I don't want to overpay for an asset that is, what is it? A luxury.
Not just that, and this is, I hate to say it, but this is just the way the NFL is. Running backs aren't valued as highly as other players on offense. Like, they're probably the least valued position on the entire offense almost.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, because, I mean, you got your quarterback, and then your offensive line has got to be the 2 top valued things, right? Because your quarterback is the leader of your franchise, and the offensive line is there to protect him. After that, it's probably your number 1 wide receiver, your number 2 wide receiver, then your tight end, then your running back, really.
Yeah, It's all what bang for the buck. And Ozzy,
if you're talking both sides of the ball. So if you're talking both sides of the ball, defensive ends are going to be more valued than running backs too.
Right, but also that they are figuring out that they need to upgrade the defensive tackles, which is why, you know, the defensive tackles have been getting more money because they've been going over to the ends, and then they've been having the offensive tackles get bigger and stronger in order to take on the ends. But now the D tackles are coming up and pushing the least productive portions of your offensive line, which is guard, center, guard. So if you have a tackle that can do the job, then that's more of a commodity. So that's why the
I
D tackles will
I
make
agree.
more.
Even D tackle, D tackles are probably valued more than running backs now. I do agree with that.
Yeah,
Because,
and make sure
especially when
that you hit. Make sure you hit up Port Adelaide. Wait, I'm going to make sure. Hang on a second. I'm going to take out the comment so you can see that up. Sorry. Let me take off because I want to make sure people go to there you go. Make sure you go to Port Adelaide Raiders YouTube page. Great stuff. When I get a chance to stay up, it's him and Afakazi. I love my Aussie guys. Are you guys ever going to come over?
Maybe one day when I can afford it. It's a bit expensive right now.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, we definitely would love to have you. We definitely would love to have you. You and Avakazi would be great to come over and then go to a game, and then I know it's on the other side of the nation, but come on over to Florida and I'll treat you. I'll treat you to whatever the great things out of Florida are. Then we'll have a nice time. I like to go back to Australia, and I'm going to say something. I want to go roo hunting. I know it's against the law.
Actually, I don't think it is against the law when it comes to greys because there's so many grey kangaroos. I think it's only illegal for the big reds.
Okay.
Yeah, but the grey kangaroos, I don't think they really care too much because they become a bit of a not a nuisance, but there's just so many of them still.
Yeah.
So I'll have to look into it, but it didn't used to be a problem with the greys. It was only a problem with the reds. They banned the hunting of red kangaroos. Even the Aboriginal or the native people of Australia can no longer hunt the red kangaroos because they're close to extinction. So they've been protected now.
Okay.
That's the one you see kind of when they have the kangaroo with the boxing gloves on. That's the picture of the big red kangaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know when I went there as a sailor, the one of the guys he got off the ship, and of course it was like dial an Aussie girl. So he dialed the number, had an Aussie chick meet him on the pier, took him home, fed him, effed him, and then him and her brothers went out roo hunting. He said it was the best experience he's ever had because he got fed, he got effed, and he went roo hunting. I mean, you can't beat that on a liberty in Australia. You can also do wild pig.
Yeah, you can also do wild pig hunting up here too.
If you go to Darwin. Sold. Yeah,
Darwin has wild pig. My cousin actually likes to do wild pig hunting the old-fashioned way with a composite bow, not a gun. So.
It's fun. And again, Aussie, it's always fun. Remember, I gotta point at it. There you go. Wait, you do it opposite. Port Adelaide Raider on YouTube.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Go see him. Go watch his shows. Great guy. And again, power to you, brother. Thank you for coming in here as well. Yeah. And again, I appreciate the comment. Like I said, I like Josh Jacobs. You like Josh Jacobs. But to what end do we like Josh Jacobs?
We're gonna draw a line at the money somewhere. So
yeah, you got to be smart. All right.
The thing I like about one last thing I'll say is that's what I like about Ziegler compared to previous regimes. Previous regimes would overpay players a lot, and I like the fact that this one isn't doing that. Apart from Chandler Jones, they haven't overpaid anyone else. So I think Jones can still have a comeback year. Hopefully this year, we'll see.
Right, and I think that this is his put up or shut up. And if he doesn't have a good year, he can be cut after the year, and he won't be as much of a liability.
Yeah, exactly. They couldn't really do it this year anyway, even if they wanted to, because of the cap hit. But I think going into next offseason, or 2024 offseason, or whatever, they will be able to either trade him or cut him, I think, at a lesser cost against the cap. So,
yeah. Van City, we're talking about that. Make sure you hit up Port Adelaide as well. Thank you for coming in, partner, and hopefully we'll get Thrash on here. I know we're gonna put on Raphael real quick. Thrash, get your ass in here because I got Raphael, and I got to say goodbye to my boy Aussie Raider as well. Thanks for coming in, brother.
You take care, man.
Be well. Remember, Port Adelaide Raider on YouTube. Make sure you see him. Make sure you check him out. We got Capitan Rafucho, Capitan Rafucho. Quickly, Thrash, get your
Hello.
button here as well. We want to hear from Thrash as well. What's going on, Rafa?
Hey, I'm doing good right now because after that I was doing like a special live stream. Last night I just received some bad news, but that was something bad news that I just went to cry because one of my grandparents he went sick to the hospital. He got the Uh, he got the COVID-19, but he was at the hospital. But there was a update. He's still in the hospital. They taken a lot of oxygen, and I'm still praying for him because I just went to cry and I'm just praying with my grandparent to see it a speedy recovery because it didn't feel so good.
Yeah, again, prayers out to Capitan Rafa's
Mhm.
Arbueo. See,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's grandfather Arbueo. So everybody keep some positive thoughts and going for Capitan Rafucho's grandfather, and may he recover from. Yeah, COVID's still out there, folks. COVID is still
Yeah,
out, and I want to make
yeah,
sure
it
that
is.
stays as well as you can. Again, yeah, and Ozzy said there's the prayer hands up. So
Mhm.
prayers to you as well. Hopefully Thrash will come in here. So we got Capitan Rafucho on for a little bit. And by
Yeah.
the way, the Astros came back and won the game on like a couple home runs in the top of the ninth, and they won 9-8. And Otani had a home run, but they couldn't score at the end. So the Astros beat the Angels 9-8 on a couple different home runs. Otani got a home run in the bottom of the eighth, but it wasn't enough, so they lose. So
Mhm.
and I'm ready for the year, man. I'm ready for the year. So what are you doing in the time that you got before the season there, Rafa?
Before the season came out, I just watched all the basketball for the NBA, the international basketball, also for baseball for the MLB. But besides it about the regular season of the NFL, which is gonna be start very soon, I think that Jimmy Garoppolo could be like the X factor for Las Vegas Raiders because they have the most significant changes that are made out for the offseason. I mean, it has to everything about it because the potential, like the X factors, is because he can lead to the teams to the playoff runs and even have a strong supporting cast because that will be like the first season with Las Vegas Raiders because he had a lot of experience with San Francisco Niners, the New England Patriots, because he was very familiar with Josh McDaniel's system because they had tons of options for the cost for everything. I mean, it had to prove that everything could happen like this one, but it can truly about it gonna be X factor because right now he has to see like a potential how to go for it because everything's going for the strength, the weakness, everything, but they also have to come for anything because he can lead to everybody else with the energy. He has a strong accomplishment, but I will tell you, folks, if Jimmy Garoppolo can stay 100% healthy, that will be one of the best comebacks that I would see for the season. And I think he understands better with Josh McDaniel's system, but also he can be because right now we have to focus all about the defense, the offense. I mean everything, including for the quarterback. And I think this is gonna be like the opportunity to see for the Raiders to the playoffs.
Okay. Well, like I said, I think that if Garoppolo has a decent season, if Garoppolo has a decent season, the Raiders could possibly make the playoffs. But he's got to stay healthy. The offense has got to respond, and the defense has got to get better.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it is on the obviously the health of Garoppolo. That's the big key. Whether he will remain healthy is a big. We'll see. But we also got to figure out who is going to be the backup, because that is the most important question in the minds of the Raiders, is who's going to start a quarterback, and then the second most important thing is who's going to be the backup quarterback, because both of those are 1 and 1A as to where the Raiders are going to play this year. And yeah, JJ playing will be an important part, but I really think that in the system of the McDaniels offense, the running back by committee, the three guys that can, the three-headed monster that can do what they want, that's going to be more important. And again, I don't think that the Raiders are going to pay. I don't think the Raiders are going to pay JJ what he wants. I mean, maybe if he gets maybe 1 year out of him, that's really good. That's great. Yeah, Mike, playoffs. I agree. I think that we'll be good to go. But again, it's all going to be upon the health of Garoppolo and who's the number 2, and then are the running backs playing well, and that's the important thing. So that's you agree with that, Rafa? Up to you.
Yes, because I will tell you to everybody else for the case Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley, because both running backs
Come in, Thrash. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rafa.
Because both running backs, they're not the same for the situation. But I think with the Josh Jacobs, if they didn't have to pay too much, I think it is the best option to go to trade it, because I just see for the over of the news right now, because tomorrow is the deadline. Have to go for the pay franchise tag after the great for the multi-year deals to be appreciated. But they just want to the Josh Jacobs and one of the teams too large to bring before the deadline. And since having is not for the franchise tender, he will now be the subject of any fines for the team missing the camp, but he will lose anything until he has to go for it. Because he was potentially looking for a deal in the range of 26 millions and 32 millions. And he was rushing about it. But I think that the time when it happens with the contract talks, but it's gonna be facing an uphill battle with the Dream Cross. But I would say this: the difference between Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley's contract, I think they are not even the same. They're not even the same, because they have so many, because they have brought young talent, and of course they brought a lot of intensity, they brought a lot of energy. But in the case of Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley as a running back, they're not exactly the same. They're not exactly the same because they have to go for deals. And
Mm-hmm.
this has happened. And this has happened with the cap space, and it won't be reported again without a new deal. But I said, can you have it to go for it for the new contracts right now? But I think we just say something, because Saquon Barkley, they're front and center, and for me, the most difficult position either to go for pay it is to running back, because they can't find it to go for a Jacobson Barkley for a missing camp if they don't set the franchise standards. So they were going to be new deals for July 17th. They should be able to expect to see him at the start of the camp. So if we're going to have it the same as, because it's going to be the fair market deal, or that it'll go happen for the trade.
Got it. Hey, Rafa, I appreciate you coming in, partner. I'm gonna get you off, because again, I'm hoping that Thrash can come in. Thrash, you got to come in quickly, because we got about 8 minutes, and that's about all I got. So, Capitan Rafuccio, salute to you, sir. You take care of yourself.
Salute to everybody else, and of course, salute to everybody else in the chat, and of course, have a great night, have a great weekend from El Capitan Rafuccio, and I hope I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you're doing fine, man. And again, and best wishings to Su Arbuello.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You take care, partner. That's Capitan Rapucho. Thrash, come in. You got, dude. You got. I got it. I can get you on for 5 minutes, but you got to come in. Got to come in because I got. Like I said, this show is probably going to be next Sunday's show too, because I will be out in California. I don't know whether I will be able to have a show, so hopefully this show will be next Sunday as well. We see in the final round of the Genesis Scottish Open. Who won? I didn't see. Then they're showing another Open. Marty Fish and Stephen Curry. I don't know who that is. But come in, Thrash. Oh, and Ed Winchell says, okay. See what we got with Ed. Be a very interesting season for the first time in a while. So many players are questionable with a lot of pressure, including McDaniels, so I feel it could go either way. Yeah, I was going to say, McDaniels is the play of the Raiders. The play of the Raiders is going to directly affect Josh McDaniels' contract and staying with the Raiders. If the Raiders don't do well, like remember the Broncos got rid of him in the second year, halfway through the season. I hope that the Raiders will give McDaniels his full 3 years. And then if he sucks, then get rid of him. Because then you said, hey, we gave you 3 years to turn it around. And if there's not a bunch of what do you call it? Injuries. If the players stay relatively healthy and the team doesn't do well, then that's when you say, all right, time to go. But I want to see 3 years of McDaniels. I want to see the Raiders come back and do well this year, so that we can see what we got going. Outstanding. Stephen Curry, Marty Fish, and Joe Pavelski. I don't know what golf tournament that was, but apparently Stephen Curry won that golf tournament. Pyro, good to come in here. Good to see you, Pyro. You're coming in at the very end, Pyro, but thank you for being here. Go back and watch, and this will probably be next Sunday's show because I will be in California traveling. So I will probably not be able to have a show. Maybe if I do one of those phone shows where I'm on the phone for 2 hours, that's the only thing I can do. Maybe. So we'll see. My only question is, the question mark is the cornerback. I agree, but I think that we'll be okay there, John. I really do. I think that we'll be okay there. I like the Jacorian Bennett. I like Duke Shelley. I like what they've done with Long, picking up Long. So I think we'll be okay. I hope we'll be okay. I hope we will, but we'll see. So again, we will be here Wednesday, Wild Wild West Wednesday. Thursday, you don't know jack about sports. We'll have a show Thursday. Maybe I will have a show Tuesday. Friday, I hope that the guys over at Wild Wild West will push my show for Roku on Friday because I got to push something. And then this will probably be your Roku show next Sunday because I will be traveling. But have a good week. Remember, keep the positivity spirits going. Blessings for Juan to get better and his husband. Blessings for Rafa's grandfather. Keep positives for me on some good news this week upcoming. My goodness, I need some good news. And I came in late. Yeah, thanks, John, for coming in. And like I said, Pyro for coming in. Thank you for everybody that watches. Remember, like, share. We will see you this week upcoming. I do it for y'all, so I have something positive to hang on to for my positive feelings. Good night. Yep. Andrew Cabral, a.k.a. Doc. Doc said good night, everyone. Good night to you, Doc. You take care, everybody.